KSB, Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News this morning.
8 o'clock straight up here on your Sunday morning. We're going to get a check on our forecast. But first, let's take a live look through our iCams in both Hartford and Storrs. Abundant sunshine today. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Caitlin Francis. We're going to go right over to Scott Haney for more on all that sunshine. But Scott, it's going to be a little chilly today.
A little chilly today is
chilly.
right. Can you believe it's March 1st?
No.
It's
this year,
unbelievable.
2020 feels like it's just flying by already.
It feels like we just celebrated New Year's, and now here it is, March 1st.
And we had an extra day.
Absolutely. Caitlin Francis, back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott. We're going to turn now to the latest in the coronavirus outbreak as the number of confirmed cases worldwide grows. The U.S. has recorded its first death from the virus. Officials say a man in his 50s from Washington state did have underlying health conditions but had not traveled to any of the previously affected areas around the world. Globally, there are now more than 85,000 cases of the coronavirus. More than 2,900 people have died, mostly in China. And new this morning, Iran says 54 people there have died from the virus. The number of people infected jumped to almost 1,000. President Trump saying yesterday he believes the U.S. is prepared for a wider outbreak, and his administration is taking more precautionary steps.
Additional cases in the United States are likely, but healthy individuals should be able to fully recover, and we think that will be a statement that we can make with great surety now that we've gotten familiar with this problem.
The president announcing new travel restrictions from Iran and a heightened advisory for Italy and South Korea. Trump also says he'll be meeting with pharmaceutical leaders tomorrow to discuss a working vaccine. A little closer to home this morning, as the U.S. increases its travel advisories, UConn students studying abroad are being told to come back home. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Aya Galal is live at the Storrs campus this morning with more on what this all means. Good morning, Aya. And for the latest information on the coronavirus, you can download our Channel 3 app. That's where you'll find a new section of the app dedicated entirely to what you need to know about the virus. This morning, firefighters in Norwich are looking into what caused a fire on Lorenzo Street last night. Take a look at this. Some viewer video sent in to us shows the moments the fire broke out. The home you can see there fully engulfed in flames. Still unclear at this hour if anyone was hurt. Today in Bridgeport, several officers who helped rescue a woman from a burning car earlier this week will be honored. Dramatic video caught those moments. Everything happened early Tuesday morning on Chopsy Hill Road. That victim was later taken to the hospital for treatment. Senator Richard Blumenthal and Mayor Joe Ganim will join the department's police chief this morning at 10:30 at the Government Center on Broad Street. In Hamden, a man was arrested after he allegedly led police on a chase, injuring several people, including some police officers. 42-year-old John Sullo faces charges including assaulting a police officer, reckless driving, and several others. Police say they tried to arrest Sullo on several warrants, and when he took off in a tow truck, he nearly hit an officer. Officials say during a subsequent chase, he hit another car, several utility poles, and some traffic signs as well. Police say 4 officers were hurt during that incident. Sullo set to appear before a judge next week. New developments this morning. Police in Rocky Hill say the man hit by a car earlier this week on New Britain Avenue has died. The victim, identified as 59-year-old Thomas Caruso of Rocky Hill. Police say the driver is cooperating, but investigators are still looking into exactly what led to that crash. And new this morning, the State Department of Transportation will be building a new Hartford Line train station in Windsor Locks. Governor Lamont announcing this weekend a new $17.4 million grant for that project. The new station will be just about a mile north of the existing Hartford Line station. It's a little closer to the new Montgomery Mills apartment complex right near the canal. The new station is part of the Hartford Line's expansion to include 50 trains per day between New Haven and Springfield by the year 2030. And still ahead this morning.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, South Carolina.
A big night for the Democratic Party. We'll tell you who walked away a winner in this weekend's primary and who walked away empty-handed. But before we head to break, let's take another look outside this morning through our iCam over the Saybrook Point Inn and Spa. Gorgeous view of the water there. Nice sunshine throughout the day as well. Former Vice President Joe Biden scoring a resounding victory in South Carolina this weekend. It's thanks to a wave of African-American support and comes after disappointing performances in New Hampshire, Nevada, and Iowa. Businessman Tom Steyer ended his campaign even though he had his best showing yet in a primary. Attention now turns to Super Tuesday, just 2 days away. And speaking of, Channel 3 will have extensive special coverage. Susan Raff and Dennis House will be live in Massachusetts Tuesday night, and then be sure to tune into Channel 3 starting at 8 p.m. for a CBS News election special, which will be followed by live team coverage right here on Eyewitness News at 11. We're going to turn now to the latest in the coronavirus outbreak. As the numbers of confirmed cases worldwide grows, the U.S. recorded its first death from the virus. Officials say a man in his 50s from Washington state had underlying health conditions, but had not traveled to any of the previously affected areas around the world. Globally, there are now more than 85,000 cases of the coronavirus. More than 2,900 people have died, mostly in China. And new this morning, Iran says 54 people have died there from the virus. The number of people infected jumped to almost 1,000. This comes as President Trump announces new travel restrictions from Iran and a heightened advisory for Italy and South Korea. Trump also says he'll be meeting with pharmaceutical leaders tomorrow to discuss a working vaccine. Closer to home, as those numbers of cases in Italy increase, UConn telling students studying abroad there to come home as soon as possible. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Aya Galal is live at the Source campus this morning with more on what the university is doing. Aya. Happening today, an event for snow lovers at Ski Sundown. The Little Big Air Jump competition is for kids ages 5 to 10. It runs from 11:30 this morning to 1:30 this afternoon. They're going to be scored based on their air, of course, form, and creativity. All kids need is a valid pass, a $5 entry fee, and a helmet. Parents, you'll have to sign a waiver for them as well. Be sure to check the Channel 3 app for more information on Ski Sundown. Meanwhile, today is the last day to head out to the home and remodeling show. If you're looking maybe for some home improvement projects to tackle this spring, the state's largest and longest running home show has hundreds of exhibits and vendors to browse. That's all happening at the Convention Center in Hartford today, starting at 10 a.m. And it's that time again. Very exciting news. Boxes and boxes of Girl Scout cookies will be delivered here in Connecticut very soon. So if you ordered some, get ready for it. Take a look. This is the New Britain Distribution Center where 200,000 boxes of Girl Scout cookies were loaded into those cars to be delivered. The purpose behind the cookies, to teach young girls some business skills. All of the money from sales here in Connecticut stays here.
It makes a lot of our profits that go for our trips, our activities, all of these other things, and it's also a good way to give back to the community.
Last year, Connecticut Girl Scouts earned nearly $2 million in cookie proceeds. Cookie booth sales will go on throughout the month of March. All right, time is now 7:36 on your Sunday. We're going to check in with Dennis House for a look at what's coming up later this morning on Face the State. Good morning, Dennis.
53, Dan Rinaldi, 77, Betty Rees, 64. Lewis and Betty Rees celebrating a 25th anniversary. Wow. Congratulations. Sue Wheaton, 38. Paula Garcia, 15. Andy Osif is 80. Dana Gregus is 61. Noah Sanko is 13. Caitlin Dahlstrom is 11. Joe Boccaccio is 47. And Ryan Case is 5.
Lots of birthdays. What a popular day. Very
popular. Yesterday, they actually got a chance to celebrate on leap year.
That's pretty cool.
Only every 4 years do the February 29thers get a chance to celebrate.
Does that mean they only age in 4-year increments?
Exactly.
Lucky.
Lucky them.
Yeah. Oh, we do want to mention too, because we've been talking about food all morning.
Yes.
All morning. So Patty from Patty Cake sent over a cake for us.
Look at this. How absolutely beautiful is this cake?
Scott, how's the frosting taste?
I ate all the frosting off the top. I'm very sorry. You want a rose?
I do actually want to, yeah.
All right, we'll eat it later.
There's 3. We can all share.
Thank you, Patty. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Patty.
I can't wait to eat the whole thing.
That's breakfast. Sounds good.
All right, see you in a bit.
Thanks, Scott. All right, a new study suggests only a fourth of kids are exercising as much as recommended. Research from the American Academy of Pediatrics shows an active lifestyle helps both physical and behavioral development. Doctors recommend an hour daily for most kids. The number of obese and severely obese Americans jumped almost 12% over an 18-year period. That's according to new CDC numbers released just this week. 42.4% of American adults were considered obese from 2017 to 2018. That is up compared to 30.5% from 1999 to 2000. The number of pedestrians being killed in the United States has hit a 30-year high. The Governor's Highway Safety Association says more than 6,500 people were killed walking on or near a road in 2019. That is the highest since 1988. According to that study, warmer weather, which encourages more nighttime activity, drugs, alcohol, and phone distractions are some of the top reasons for that increase. The FCC says America's biggest wireless companies have been violating our privacy, and they should have to pay for it. The Federal Communications Commission has proposed handing out tens of millions of dollars in fines to wireless giants like AT&T, Sprint, and Verizon. The FCC accuses the companies of failing to protect the privacy of U.S. cell phone users by improperly sharing customers' location information to third parties. Still ahead this morning, March is the start of Women's History Month. We're going to show you how the New England Air Museum is celebrating. But before we go to break, we got another look outside this morning through one of our iCams over Bradley International Airport. Tons of sunshine across the state today. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. 7:52 here on your Sunday. Today is, of course, March 1st, right? So it is the start of Women's History Month. And listen to this. There is an event this coming Saturday at the New England Air Museum that aims to highlight women in the history of flight. Pretty cool. So joining me now is Amanda Goodhart-Parks from the Air Museum to tell us all about it. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning.
Welcome back. 7:38 on your Sunday. And today's Lost and Found, Renee Danino is showing us some furry friends in need of a good home from Dog Star Rescue and Protectors of Animals. Take a look. Oh my gosh, Scott, doesn't this smell amazing?
So the first thing I walk in and I'm like, that looks like the best chicken dish I've ever seen. But it's not.
What is it?
Chef Chris, what is that?
Well, this is actually barbecue tofu.
Tofu. I love tofu. And that's the kind of things
I
that
love
you serve.
barbecue.
Yeah, so barbecue and tofu together, absolutely amazing. Absolutely.
All right, here you go.
And there's forks
then,
and knives in the drawer there.
Chef Chris, you've got some
appetizers.
Yeah,
here.
what are these?
These are the Jamaican style patties. So we have the ackee flavor. Ackee is a savor fruit from Jamaica. It's found in the Caribbean, Africa, some places.
Here you go, Scott.
Thank you.
And then we have the lentils, and then we have callaloo greens. So callaloo is another green that we use. This is actually kale.
That's kale. Okay, and you season that kale. The kale smells, even if you're not a kale fan, this is, it smells delicious.
And simple, And so you want to try some?
Yeah, I
would love to try some kale.
All right.
Oh, this is wonderful. Isn't that beautiful?
Is it a salad?
Sorry.
Smells amazing. So where can people find you?
We are at 491 Capitol Ave, Hartford.
Oh, you're right in Hartford?
Yes. We're down the street from the State Armory and the State Capitol.
Isn't this delicious?
We've been complaining all morning about how starving we are. Thanks for feeding us.
Yes, thank you.
Have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for joining us.